I just wanted to show you my cat, Javed. Javed, because anytime I do anything like play video games, he's right there watching me play video games, and he likes to look at the screen and to see what's going on. And I'm going to show you, you know, I'll show you pictures of him doing it. So, you're not going to drink that. Let me show you how beautiful he is. Look up here, Javed. Look. So spoiled. So spoiled. See, I had enough. I had enough. So I'm gonna share what happened. I told you yesterday I was gonna. Yesterday I received the red light therapy. So see if I can put it here so you can see it in my bedroom, right? And so what it, I'm shocked actually, but let me show you. Here, yes, hanging in there. It's too big, way too big. But he decided to leave. He had enough. Okay, go ahead, go. Okay, so let me show you what it looks like. Now my hair looks like that, and yesterday too, I put castor oil, so it looks all greasy here. It looks so. My son said, "What happened? Why your hair looks so greasy?" I said, "Because castor oil." And then I watch it today, and then he doesn't look so greasy. Anyway, so look at my desk. I saw this woman from, where is she? Finland? Finland, I think. And she said that her mess is organized because she knows where everything is, and that's me. My son likes the desk to be nothing, just a keyboard and a monitor. And I mean, and I gotta have my little grounding sticks. I have this because I had surgery, so I need to put this. Very good, by the way. There's a SP50. This is 15, and it's a stick, and it basically you put it on your face. I got my Vicks. So most of my homeopathic. If I need something, boom, I take. I haven't been using it. I have. Well, I'm gonna share with you this. My, once we can ask questions whenever. I'm gonna try to do a live with you guys. I gotta figure out what days is a good day. I think probably Friday night, right, for you guys? Because if you work or maybe you don't work, I don't know. But ask questions, and it's 100% accurate for me. I also, because I connect with my essence this way. I also use the pendulum to connect with my essence. I don't know if you see it there. Anyways, so let me continue with this so you see. This is, here it is. So I hang it on my door. I don't know if yeah, that's it. Then I have another picture to show you. And I'm going to show you the setup of my bedroom. Okay, so I guess this one. Okay, well, I don't know, they're huge, I guess. My cell phone takes these huge pictures. I think you can see that. It's kind of the same. Is it the same? No, it's not the same. But anyway, I try to get, it's a good size. You can do it smaller if you want, and then do by parts. I like this because it does both infrared and infrared. The infrared is invisible. Let me try another one. I guess that's it. Right, I did all the pictures. Let me try this. I don't know if I did that. Maybe not. So you can see how long it is, in reference to, I think this is it. Let me see the, yeah, you can see the floor there. So you see? Um, and I'm going to tell you why I chose this size. But let me show you. Then I have, since I just moved in here in June, I've been buying furniture, and I've been looking for the perfect chair to meditate. I left my favorite one in California because I couldn't take everything with me. And now I had one in New York too, which on the last side. Oh yeah, that's the chair. Okay. Uh, and now I'm looking for one. It has to be a specific one. I think they call them barrel, like a barrel chair. So right now I'm using this one. This is sort of like it's a camping chair to go camping. And I lived in New Hampshire. When I was in Connecticut, I had a nice one. I have to leave it behind because every time we travel, and at the time it was kind of, it's a lot of money to move, by the way, a lot of money. So I tried to get rid of the stuff that is not like, that you need. I mean, I needed the chair, but it was taking a lot of room for other things, It was a pain in the ass. But anyway, I left a dresser, I left a lot of stuff. I'm always losing so much that it's worth a lot of money, but if you can't move, and they charge you a lot to move. And that's with my son driving the truck. I'm going to show you another ways that we did it today. I mean, not today. This time when we moved here, we did a different way and it came out to be excellent. Excellent if you ever need to move. And I'll share it with you. If you need it, let me know and I'll show you. It's excellent. It's the best thing ever. I wish I would have done it before because I could have taken so many things with me and not lose all that stuff. So, anyways, this chair is I bought in BJ's. It's perfect because it's very strong and it's wide, and I can rest my arms on the side, and on the other, just take like a little table that comes with it, and on the side, I can put my cell phone, my water, my, I don't know what they call that, what do they call that? Like you cover your eyes, it's to go to sleep. I use it for meditation. I'm going to also show you which one I use. It's very gentle, very nice. They call it 3D, and cheap, very cheap, inexpensive. Anyway, so that's the chair I have for now until I get a nice chair. And then I'm going to show you. Oh yeah, I have a treadmill, but in my room I have I have the what do they call that? The bicycle. And the reason I have a bicycle is because this essence I communicate with told me that I should do two things, walking and bicycling, and he explained to me why. He said bicycling, it helps with your back, and walking, it helps to release all the energy from your body. If you don't do that, then your feet get swollen, they get hot, or they get tingling, or they get freezing cold, all that stuff because the energy that gets stuck in there, right? But on your back, there's really no exercise, and I'm gonna share with you some exercises that I specifically one that I think is excellent. So there's a lot of stretching and everything, and they do work. But I'm gonna show you. Well, I'm gonna try to show you which one I use. But anyway, the bicycle, I like this bicycle. I had another bicycle cost me over $300. I gave it away when I moved now. to some neighbors, and they were so happy to get my washing machine, everything. I gave them everything. The reason I get this, because I had the other one which is down. You know, you sit down. It's not the same. This one is more like high, right? So you bend your back. The other one, see, I'm gonna show you next time. Let me just do it next time on the next video, because I don't wanna. Remember I used to do my videos and I would rant over everything, and I never got to the point. So I don't wanna do that now. So let's do this. Remove these pictures. So you get the idea. Well, anyway, so I'm gonna share what happened. Okay. Okay. So I got the red light therapy yesterday. Okay. Okay. And I was, you know, I had second thoughts, and I tried to cancel it, and they wouldn't cancel it. Amazon didn't cancel it. It wouldn't let me cancel it. I mean, it said like we'll try, but no, it didn't cancel it. I got it right. So, so I received yesterday, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna use to see what happens, because I get nervous with all this stuff. I went to the company, but it's better. They didn't give me an extended warranty, so I figured with Amazon I get extended warranty if anything happens, because it's very expensive, $800. And but I was able to. When you go to Amazon, you can pay them in installments, right? So I got it for a year. You can do 2 years if you want, paying 2 years like $30 a month. But I don't like to do that. I did it a year, right? Which is $60 a month. Anyways, I did that with my treadmill, which I'm going to show you. Let me see. My treadmill. Let me see if I have it here. I did that too. Wait, I think it's here. Yes. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Where's my treadmill? Should be here. No, maybe not. Okay, let me see. I don't have a picture here. Okay, where are you? Anyway, so the delivery yesterday, I said, no, I'm gonna try. If worst comes to worst, I return it, right? And I have certain amount of time to return it. So I said, I'm gonna do that. I'll try. So I open it. My son helped me hang it on the top because it's, by the way, it's heavy, okay? And I didn't want to drop it or anything like that, so, but it's heavy. So I said, okay, I'll do that. And make sure it's here. Here comes my cat again. Come on, where is it? Oh man, I have a lot of pictures. Where are your pictures? Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay. Here's Steve. I just remember to look for the sound, right? Because I play video games, so I uploaded them. So okay, here, that's the thing. Okay? That treadmill, I paid the same thing, like $800, right? And this I wasn't gonna leave behind, and that's why in the next video I'm gonna show you what happened, the easiest, cheapest way to move when you to move to another state. And thank God, because I was gonna take my treadmill because I couldn't leave it behind. It cost me too much money, right? And also a solar panel, a generator, which is solar. What do they call solar energy? And it cost me well, with everything, $1,700. I had to bring it with me. That wasn't gonna stay. And so that's what happened. Anyway, that treadmill is very good. It's worth it, and believe me, I think it's worth 2,000 on Amazon too, and I paid a little by little too, right? Anyway, So what happened? Oh, shoot, I took the wrong one. Oh, okay, that's okay. So yesterday I said, I'm going to try to see what happened, right? And my son helped me put it together, la la la. And just before I did the video, I woke up feeling good, because I gave up. That will be the next video. I'm going to tell you what happened. I started to feel really so much better from years and years of suffering. And I'll tell you what I did, okay? But sometimes, like today, it's been since I gave up that. I've been sleeping so nice. I wake up happy. But as soon as I start moving, the shit start to feel. So anyway, I was having like that flare up where, you know, it's not horrible like before because I just started. I just started doing. I discovered something. With the help of my essence, I discovered what's causing all this. And I was wondering if that's what happens to everybody. But in my case, I decided to do it. And I've been feeling great, but it's not 100%. Why? Because I just started, right? Anyway. And, but I started to feel like that, God, that ache. It's an ache all over your body. You don't know what it is. It's blah, 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 blah. It's mostly in your back. And I'll tell you why it happens in your back and how the back is connected to everything in your body, everything. So, anyway, I'm feeling like, oh God, my stomach feels a little bloated and everything. And so I said, you know what? And I had some soup because I made some lentil soup to last for 3 days at least. And so when I wake up, if I get really hungry, just have this soup. Don't be looking for any bread or anything like that. Anyways, bottom line, I go upstairs. I said, I need to do it. They recommend for that type of panel that I bought, because it's powerful, to only use it 5 minutes, right? But I forgot because the woman was explaining that for a different panel it's 10 to 12 minutes. For this panel, it'll probably be like 5 minutes, right? I forgot. I put it, I think 12 minutes. But I said, I was standing up, right? And it's like, oh, that's kind of a real pain in the ass standing up in there for 12 minutes. I was doing it, and then I started to feel warm, my back warm. And I said, I just got to continue to do it. I'll order a chair quickly, even if it's from Walmart, a chair where I can sit while I'm getting this therapy. Anyway, I stayed there for 10 minutes. I had set it up for 12 minutes, but I only did 10 minutes because standing up, right? Well, I stop, then I do my front, my stomach, right? Because I'm going to talk about digestion too, right? What happened? When I finish, I feel amazing. I think, wait, I feel really good. Amazing. Amazing. So I said, you know what? I have to go downstairs and do a video because if I don't do it now, I never do it. So far, I'm shocked because they usually say that takes a few months, maybe a month, maybe a little bit. But I know what they were talking about. Maybe they were talking about wrinkles. I don't know. But it works immediately. It's like having a heating pad inside your body. It brings down inflammation. Now, I don't think that red light therapy it will cure you. And I'm not using it as a cure. I'm using it as a helping hand while I'm doing the actual cure. I'm curing myself. Okay, I'm healing myself. I'm healing, but I need a helping hand. Right, while I'm doing it. What does that mean? It means that I finally discover talking to my essence, and I talk to my physical body, right? And my body reacts immediately, right? And now I understand what my body was telling me. So there's a lot of stuff that I gave up, you know, and I was reading about seed oils. It's horrible. So I gave up seed oils a while back. I gave it up a long time ago. But my situation was the same, right? Bloated. Anything I ate, my stomach would blow up. I just felt my whole body aching, and what the fuck? It's just, you feel like shit. And sometimes you feel, most of the time you feel like shit. And then there are days when you just feel like hell, like in a lot of pain. And then sometimes you feel wonderful, great again. So the other day I said, you know what? I just feel like shit. And I'm going to tell you something. This shit is fucking poison. Because I decided I had to do something. I meditated and I asked my body, my essence, and I finally decided, yes, because you go back and forth. Say, is there anything you read? People say you read books, you read this, and you still don't know. What is it? You know? Is it really? Could it be that? So, oh, excuse me. So, what did I do? Well, first of all, when I moved here, it's just a point where it was very difficult to breathe. And I started to get nervous. And it whistling, like like a whistle here in my chest. And I started to get, I said, what the fuck? I need to do. What I gotta do? So I asked my ex and everything. And basically, I got that, get rid of the bread. I was eating a lot of bread. And I, I used to, I'm going to say now, if this is the weird, it's the first time that I said I used to. Because I always said I love, you know, even when I said, oh, I'm not going to be able to have it, but I love no more. I used to love bread. So I stopped, right? I saw a documentary of a young girl. She was like, I believe she was 700 pounds. You know, really, 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 really big. Maybe seven, maybe more. And it was to the point where it was like emergency. And this doctor said, you know, one of the things he said is you cannot have carbs. And so she did that. And then she lost so much weight. And then she had surgeries, blah, blah, blah. That now her problem was not being fat. The problem was, the doctor said, the other extreme. Now you're anorexic. But it was shocking. She lost like 700 pounds. And I said, you know, I'm not going to have carbs either. You know, maybe it helps, you know, this no carbs. Anyway, I gave up the bread. And I still didn't feel well. So I said, oh, it's not just the bread. I had these crackers that are organic and amazing and everything. I threw that away. And immediately when I did that, excuse me, because I was having a lot of pain in my back, like really, really extreme pain, and not being able to breathe. And I said, I can't take this anymore. So I took the bread away, and immediately the pain went away. Because my body acts like that, by the way. If you talk to your body acts like that. Immediately it went away. I said, wow. And then the next morning, and I was fine the whole day. And the next morning I saw the crackers. I said, you know, it's not bread, it's crackers. You know, in the main, and what I mean was with bread is bigger, right? And I eat a lot of bread, or I ate a lot of bread. And now crackers is little ones. Not, as soon as I did it, horrible back pain. So I said, okay. Not only the next day, because usually it takes like a day to figure out, the next morning I'll feel like shit. And I say, you know what? No, it's not going to happen again. I didn't sleep good. My back was hurting, bloated. So I immediately say, you know, I'm throwing every fucking thing out. And I threw the crackers, right? And immediately the pain went away. Everything. My stomach went flat. And I said, wow, okay. So I talked to my body. I said, okay, thank you. That's what it was. But then the day after I made pasta, oh, the pain went again. And I went, oh, no. I see what you're telling me. I had cooked pasta, right? A nice stage and everything. I threw every fucking thing in the garbage. And I told my body, thank you. I know what you're telling me. You're telling me give up everything that flour or anything. Okay, I'm feeling great. And then I feel like shit. What happened? Well, I had, what was it called then? What was it that I had? Wait, I had the cracker. Oh, the pasta went away. Oh, so then I got up and I went and threw everything out. I don't know anybody here. I don't even know I wouldn't even know how to go someplace in here. I just went in here. Yeah, and I threw everything out, the pasta. I need to this point, I found out that all those grains, I figured out, right? Because then I had something that had like organic non-GMO corn, and I got the same. So I said, it's grains, all grains. At this point, I don't want to give this to anyone, this food. It's poison, And I was wondering if all these people that are sick is from these grains. You know what I mean? Oh, a lot of people are in pain and they're disabled and they end up really bad in the street and everything. Nobody helps them. I don't want to give that to anybody. I do not want to give that poison to anybody, right? I don't even. Actually, I immediately changed my dog food to no grains, right? And he's pooping good now because he was pooping like loose and loose and loose. Now he poop 3 times a day and thick and big. So he's a fucking grain. Something is happening with the grains. So my body felt great. But then I had the corn and then again, but a terrible back pain. And I was like, now I know my body. Now I found out something. When I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to, my body goes like, no, motherfucker, you're not giving me that. And I go, and I'm in pain and pain. And then I figured out, what is the last thing I ate? Oh, okay. Right? And then it goes away. And it's not like it takes days to walk away. It goes away immediately. Because I'm going to share with you something that happened. Well, a few times happened. And I figured out, what the essence told me, that the body talks to you. Okay, so here we go. I gave up everything. And now I was wondering today, what is it that I ate? Because the only thing I had was, well, actually, yesterday I had peanut butter. And I buy everything organic and German and everything. So I was wondering if it's peanut butter, okay? Because that's what I had yesterday. I had peanut butter. I made a smoothie, very little I ate of that smoothie. I had the smoothie a little bit, but I have like a tablespoon of peanut butter. And I was wondering if it's that. So we'll find out if that gotta go too. But I was thinking, there might be a confusion in here, and just pay attention to that because they say don't have seed oil, right? Seed oil is really, really, really bad for you, like amazingly bad. You may as well have bleach, drink bleach, than have the seed oil. But there's a thing in there about seed oils because when I know about seed oils, okay, sunflower, don't have sunflower, soy oil, safflower oil, and the only good ones that they say to have is olive oil and avocado oil, right? But then you have corn oil, you have vegetable oil, and I said, so basically it's grains, right? They shouldn't call it seed oils because you have corn, but at the same time it should be seed oils. And then I talked to this essence, another essence, the different essences, but this one is called Kissy. And she said, that's what she told me, okay? The grains, I said, why grains make people sick? Why did it make me sick and so many people get sick with grains? And he said, because grains are not supposed to be for human consumption. And I said, no. He said, no. Grains are seed for the birds. Corn is made for the birds. But in specific, told me about wheat, like grain for bread. Oh, wait, 1 second. Oh, 1 second. 1 second. Okay, so I got a delivery. Oh, okay. I buy this standard process. You can buy any vitamin. They're very, very good. Good prices. Whatever you want to buy from Postscript. Okay. Um, what happened is chiropractors now have this chiropractor that I was going before I moved here. I was living in New Hampshire, and I went once, and it's amazing, because you meet people for reasons. He didn't help me with the pain or anything like that, right? At all. But he confirmed what part of my body I was having issues, which is he did one of those biometric machines. And the biometric machines said specifically what are my issues, which I knew. So and it give you a picture of it. So it was beautiful. It was a confirmation for me that I was on the right track. Now, he also gave me this place. He said, I don't know. I said, you do supplement? He said, no. But you can go to this website, and he gets a percentage, I guess, from selling it, right? But I saw that other chiropractors also give, the link so you can buy. So I give it to him. I don't know. He was a nice man and everything. He's the one who told me about this, right? But I wanna tell you, you can, if you ever need it, I can give you the go there. I don't think you need a link to tell you the truth, but go there. Anyway, let's continue. So I saw my body tells me right away. Now, seeds are horrible, but they shouldn't be seed oil because corn, I don't know if corn is considered a seed, but in my opinion, it's not. I don't think it is. It's a grain, right? So they call it seed oil, but corn oil and all of them, oh, you don't want to do that. Because what happened is, I don't know if you heard about seed oil, but seed oil, the reason they are, is for industrial, basically. Can you believe that? It's industrial oil, and they're giving it to you like food. You may as well have that W2. Put in your food W2. Very bad. A long time ago, one of you guys, because remember when I used to have the YouTube, one of you guys told me, like, don't have canola because I was putting canola in my food, right? Don't have it, don't have it. And I pay attention. I said, oh, let me, I give up canola. So somebody told me that, so thank you. No, people are very helpful. When you do videos, it's kind of like a family. It used to be. I don't know what happens now. I don't know if it will be the same again. But one of you that been with me for a long time, we're still family, right? We're still family. And I remember driving one time and showing a bobcat, and I uploaded the video because I used to upload all kind of videos, things that happen in my life. And then the person said, "Oh, no, no, no." Well, a few people said, "You got to take that truck to get fixed. It's gonna be dead. The engine or whatever, the motor, whatever. It needs oil. It's really, really bad." So I ran to a mechanic, a good mechanic, and I mean good mechanic is some guy nice, some guy, and because most of this you never want to go to a mechanic that is like a corporate, okay? You want to go to that guy, but some guys that are getting like really expensive too. So you gotta be careful. Like there's not such the good guy. You know the good guy that help you. Well, this guy was a good guy. I didn't have that kind of money, and he helped me. So he showed me the filter for the oil that he took out. It was completely black and thick like molasses. It was horrible. He said, "No wonder your car was making those noises." Yeah. So Anyway, let's continue. So, seed oils, vegetable oil. Now they tell you vegetable oil. Oh, really? Well, then you specify what kind of oil you're using, because a real good company will tell you they're using olive oil. They're proud to say they're using olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, or they're using avocado oil. They're proud to tell you. The ones that don't, they start with they don't tell you canola, they don't tell you that. There's some of them that are now saying vegetable oil, deceiving. You see what I mean? Try not to, I'm not going to mention that. But some people have canola, and some people have vegetable, all that stuff, the seed oils. And if you tell them, they get mad. So I'm doing the video here, I'm telling you, so the ones with ears can hear. Anyway, so I give up that, right? But it's not enough. Corn, out of the question. Anything. I was having some snacks that there was, it's called lesser evil. And it is. It doesn't have anything bad, but it had corn. Guess what? I said, no, no corn. Throws in the garbage. So now I don't have snacks. My snack is probably having um, a real thing, a real life thing, like having an apple, right? Having something, a banana. For me, that's a snack. I also have, I don't know, which I'm going to figure out, because yesterday I had the peanut butter. I had this preserve that comes from France that you can buy. It's not like I order from France. You can buy. I think even Walmart sells it, but they're a very good company, and they're not cheap. But there's nothing in there. But I had a little bit of that. They don't put anything in there, no sugar, nothing, no preservative, nothing. They do it by heating, in a high temperature, and then seal it, with no oxygen. So, but as soon as you open it, you have to eat it within 3 days, because then it starts to get bacteria. You know what I mean? Because what happens is companies put a lot of stuff in the food to prevent it from getting bacteria, right? Because you can die. Well, this one is directly from France, so they do things different there. I imagine, no, I don't know. But this particular one, they use very high temperature. There's some companies that do that because I bought it. A stuff doesn't have no preservatives, right? But it's more work, and it's companies, they just want to sell millions of millions and millions and millions. They want to be billionaires. Well, other companies are happy just to have what they need, and they do well, especially for the community, like where people want to eat healthy, because it doesn't feel good not to be, to eat it, to not be healthy. It just doesn't feel good. So, anyways, I'm very impressed with this thing. This, it just feels better. You see what I mean? It's not about people say, oh, you're emotional, maybe it's a trauma. No, no, it is. It feels better. Look, I was doing this, went downstairs running. You know something? When I give up all the grains, one of the things that happened immediately, that I could breathe. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I could breathe. I can go up and down. I can take a deep breath. I can go up and down. I couldn't before. When I moved here, I was like, I couldn't go even 2 steps because I couldn't breathe. Can you imagine? And the whistling. We have to stay in a hotel before we came in, because the landlord, they wanted on the first. I said, how about one day before I can pay you? No, on the first. So we had to be on the first. I had to go to a hotel. I couldn't breathe in the hotel. I couldn't move. And I couldn't walk. It was really horrible. I was like, what the fuck? So it's really, really bad. It's really, really bad. The thing is, I'm 66. So if you're younger, you feel it, but it's not as bad. But if you've been doing it more and more, the longer you do it, the worse it gets. But none of you are going to listen. None of you are going to pay attention to this. None of you are going to do it. Fine. When you get my age, you'll remember, and you'll go, You know what? I don't remember what that she said. She said something about that. You know, I'm gonna try that. See what happens, and then it would happen. Okay, because all of us have an ego, and the ego likes to say, "No, I'm not gonna do it your way. I'm gonna do it my way." No, don't tell me what to do. That's the ego. Okay, so give up all the stuff, right? I can breathe. I don't feel that. It's like something in there that like whistling. It was really bad. And I'm gonna tell you something. I know people. Everybody's different, so don't go by me. But you know what? What I'm telling you is something you can try, right? Try. It's not something that you're gonna say, okay, this is it's gonna be the cure. No, I'm gonna give up my doctor. No, try. If your doctor is not doing sufficiently enough for you, that now he's giving you oxygen, then he give you the little fuff. If he's you keep going to the doctor, the chiropractor, whoever you're told, or the naturopath, and you don't feel any improvement, try this. You know, I'm very. Let me tell you something. If I go to a doctor and I don't feel improvement within at least 2 days, it's gone. I'm not going back. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a naturopath, a chiropractor, whoever it is. Chiropractors are different. Let me tell you something. And again, this is not to say that the doctors are bad. Okay, I'm not saying they're bad. What happened is they don't, they didn't get to the root of the problem. You see, they don't really know what's going on with you. They don't know the root. They didn't get to the root, right? But you keep going, and let me tell you, it's gonna come a point where the doctor's gonna say, "I can't do anymore for you." There's nothing to do, but now you're not getting better. Or they'll prescribe a surgery or something, you know what I mean? Or more intrusive, you know, stuff in your body. They can't find anything. So try it, you know, and you say, well, I'm gonna try because I'm to the limit. I just reached the limit and I don't feel good. I can't breathe, I can't walk, I can't do this. I can't poop, I can't do anything. Then try it. Okay? It's been amazing. Like within my body reacts immediately and your body does too. The reason you don't get any results because you're not touching the problem. You're not dealing with the problem. You didn't get rid of the problem. And I'm going to tell you two stories and then I'll go. So you see how it's not just my body. I'm not special. It's everybody's body. The difference is that I've been working really, really hard with these essences. And one of the reasons I haven't done videos is because what am I going to talk in the videos? Oh, I don't feel good. I don't want to do that. I say when I'm going to start doing videos again, it's because I feel good. And I found the reason why I don't feel good. Because I haven't been feeling good for years. And it got worse, right? And so what am I supposed to put doing a video? First of all, you don't feel good enough to make a video. And even if I made it, what am I going to do? Cry in here and tell you I don't feel good? You're not going to be able to do shit for me. All you can do is like, oh, I'm gonna pray, you know, which you're not gonna do it. Nobody prays. So what happened? This essence told me that the body tells giving messages. Always give me a message, and I need to, pay attention and pay attention to what I'm doing. Remember when I told you about that my eye got itchy and itchy and itchy? That was my body telling me that there was energies around, you know, there were energies around me, basically ghosts, spirits around me, but I don't see them. So by my body sensing, you go, let me tell her. And so I don't. I started to get neck pain, right? Neck pain, and it's saying, remember I told you I was talking, and I just didn't do anything about it, right? So my body started to do the ear itchy, like telling me, "You can you see it? Can you see what I'm trying to tell you?" Well, anyways, so when is the first time it happened? Um, I 2019. I was in Connecticut. Yeah, I think it's 2019 or 2018, one of the 18, 19. Um, I was doing videos in Spanish because everybody go, oh, do a video, they read the cards, right? So I said, okay, I was doing it, but it was getting worse and worse where not that many people, they were the same 5 people, and they always asking for a lot, like, read me the card. Oh, and I have another question. Oh, I have another question. Oh, read me it. They were basically using me, right? And always asking that I read the card. I don't mind reading it, but I already read you once. Why you want more? Oh, I have another question. No. So, just being very unappreciative. That's the word. Anyway, that was besides. So I was thinking I have to quit. I had to quit YouTube. It's getting on my nerves. I don't feel like doing any more videos. And then started to have pain, right? The heel of my foot, pain. And I said, what the hell happened now? And then I couldn't walk. And then it got worse and worse. I got so bad that now it was really difficult to walk, right? It was like, oh, God, it's painful. I had to hold on to the rail going down the stair, the wall, because I couldn't walk. And it was embarrassing. You get embarrassed. I don't get embarrassed anymore, but I used to get embarrassed. Get embarrassed to go to the store because, like, what's wrong with her? I can walk her. And basically walking like very bad. And I didn't want to take one of those scooters because I feel that just walk, just walk. Um, because I feel like if I get a scooter, I'm not gonna address the problem. The problem will continue to be there. But by me walking, I'll figure out what the fuck. You know what I mean? I'll get so desperate, or maybe walking will do me good, right? So it got better, worse and worse. So I went to the store. I went. I bought every unimaginable insole. You know the insole you put inside your shoes. Dr. Scholl's and with gel, without gel, with it. I bought everything. The indoor shit. I said, "Ugh, could be the sandals." I threw all the flip flops out, all the sandals away in the garbage. Then I went to Birkenstock and bought me a pair of, sandals, shoes, whatever. Yeah, they were kind of like sandals shoes. It cost me over $200 because I figured, you know what, shoes. My mother used to say that two things you should never, never be cheap: shoes and beds. Your mattress. So spend all your money in your mattress and your shoes because she said the mattress you sleep in there for how many hours? 5, 6, 7 hours, and your shoes. The rest. When you wake up from the mattress, you gotta go on your feet. So you need good shoes. So, but you don't pay attention. I bought cheap shoes, flip flops, and everything, and I said throw everything out. So I bought me an expensive, nice one. Blah blah blah. It didn't go away. It didn't go away, and it actually got worse. And I went. And at that point, I was learning, with this essence about the body and my body. What is it? Just tell me what is it. What do you mean? What is it? He was telling me. He was, the body was giving me a message. You can walk, right? But I didn't understand the message because I can tell you about the message, but he's trying to figure out what is the message, right? So one day I'm just here. I can't walk. I'm in pain. I'm disgusted with YouTube. I'm disgusted with everything. And I just decided to do a video for me, you know. I decided to do the video. I found this because I went to look for music and I found this song in Spanish, really beautiful. It's ancient from the 70s, but the song is really like hit home, you know. The song was saying like, this time I'm gonna love me, take care of me. You know, those if you don't those who don't appreciate me, they're not gonna get any more from me. Now it's all about me. No more about other people. You know, for people that don't appreciate me. Something like that. It's not something like Like if you don't those people don't appreciate everything I've done, they're not gonna get any more from me. That is now I'm gonna take care of me. It was a nice song. And I said, I'm gonna do a video. So I started video, got the images, put the video together with this song and everything, and uploaded it. And it took me a while, to do that, uploaded, and then look at it and said, oh, what a beautiful video. It's really good. It's a good message. I just felt good with that message. I said, okay, I'm done. I get up, I'm gonna go downstairs, and I go, hold on, I'm not feeling pain. And then I go down the stairs, I run down the stairs, I walk in the kitchen, I go up and then in the bathroom and said, my God, it's gone. How the fuck this thing is gone? How is it possible? I had it for 6 months and it was getting worse and worse to the point that I don't want a surgery. I don't know what the fuck. So, gone. Like that. How long it took me to do that video? That's how long it took for the. Well, I don't know. It could have been immediately because I was sitting, so I don't know. Could have been immediately. As soon as I got it like, oh, okay. The pain's gone. Now, I'm going to do videos about how to tell what part of the body is telling you what, right? Because every part of the body is telling you something, okay? Why the heels? Because it prevented me, you notice I couldn't walk. I couldn't move forward. It was to the point that eventually I wasn't going to be able to move. Well, the body was telling me that I wasn't happy doing what I was doing, not to move forward. Give it up. Say goodbye. And I didn't do it, right? I continued to do videos even though I wasn't happy. The minute that I acknowledge, that's it. The ones that don't appreciate me will not get anything from me. That's it. It's not about everybody. It's not about, well, at the time I figured, fuck everything. But now, the person that I'm today, no, it's not about not being nice to people and share with people. It's about not giving them, those people that don't appreciate it, that keep taking from you, close the door. Say goodbye. No, 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 you're not welcome. No. Go back and learn how you should appreciate it. Oh my God, now what? Today is a lot of call. You'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. They never come today, like everybody decided to ring the bell. Anyways, so the pain was gone immediately. Okay, so I'm going to tell you another time. This happens all the time now, okay? Like I told you with the bread, immediately. Then when I had crackers, the pain in my back was horrendous. And then gone. Just all I did was take the crackers, throw them in the garbage, and the pain went gone. How is that possible? Anyway, I know why it's possible. So another time. All of a sudden I got my armpit was burning, it was on fire. Somebody had a torch. Like, no, it wasn't like, oh, had, no. It was a torch under my armpit, okay? Excuse me, the right side. And I showed my son, like, what is in there? Can you see? He said, no, nothing. You sure there's nothing in there, like something like burning, from the sun? No, nothing. He did a video, I don't see anything. It was clear. I said, what the hell? It's like inside, right? Like burning. And then one day I'm sitting on the desk, and now I'm getting the heat is turning into my breast right here, like burning hot, and now I'm getting pain. I go, oh, fuck. And then I said, what is that? What is the right side? Oh, right side. Okay. Then thinking, okay, so I'm going to give you all that stuff, right? How to tell? I mean, it's going to help you a lot, but you eventually, it's not like, exact, what I mean? You have to figure it out. Okay, give you an idea, and then you have to find out, you know. But then eventually you'll become really good because you know what you get a thought, you have an idea, you just doubt it. Everybody knows what they got to do. So I said, okay, that's the right side. Okay, okay, that's and it's your breast, so it's a child. You hear me? When it's your breast, it's your children. And I said, oh, it's one of my kids, and it's one that is the oldest one who lived. He's he lives in California, and he's doing really really well. But he got married. I don't want to blame the wife, but something he just didn't want to bother with me. You understand? I don't know. It's this choice. Nothing I can do. It's his choice. And I'm not gonna blame the wife, him, whatever it is. It was meant to be, right? But at the time, I wasn't thinking that way. I would call him, and he wouldn't return the call. Maybe, and when he did, he returned it. Maybe he texted me, not even call me. He would text me like 3 days later. He never called me, so we would text. And like I said, he ignored my text. And there's no way because he's one of those people, like, that generation where they just everywhere they have a phone, even to go to the bathroom with a phone. So he got it. And then I started to think maybe this wife's not let him call me or something. And I started to do all this shit, all this stupid shit. So I said, you know what? It's him. As soon as I said it's him, it's my son, the pain went away immediately. How the fuck? I had it like at least a week. It was getting into 2 weeks now with burning, like really bad burning in the armpit, and my breast now went into my breast. Almost 2 weeks in this, or could be more. I don't remember exactly how long. It could have been 3 weeks. Gone. How is that possible? Okay, that's why it's possible. It's your body. Pay attention. If you get the message, the pain will go away. If your pain is still there, you're not getting the message, right? Because once you get it, you'll do something about it. You know, me thinking I gotta get rid of those crackers wasn't enough. It felt better, yes, but let me put it this way: just realizing that it was the crackers, the pain went away. I didn't have to throw them away, but would I be that stupid to, after the pain went out? Well, I mean, I disappeared. The pain immediately disappeared. Why would I keep the crackers? The message is clear: don't eat these fucking crackers. Why would you do that? So I think that if you get the message in your thoughts, you said, "Oh, I know what it is." Your body knows that you're going to do it, right? You know it's going to do it. So I have many stories. The last one I told you was the one with the bread. It went away. So your body communicates with you, okay? It communicates with you all the time. One time, I used to go to the gym, but then I said I'll get my own treadmill because when I go to the gym, the only thing I was using at the time was the treadmill, right? Not the machine, because every time when I did weights, oh, the pain was horrible. I was in bed. I'll go to the gym one day and then be 2 days in bed. Right? So I said I'm not gonna go anymore. So, but the treadmill, I needed it because they told me these instances. I'll tell you later about it. It's why, but um, I didn't get it. What they said. They said that I should move my legs, right, to release energy, and that if I had to, just walk in the same place, right, walk in the same place, because my feet were getting swollen. So I got up and I stood up and tried to walk in the same place, and I said, that's kind of stupid. I don't know how much is that going to do. And I didn't do it. I didn't continue. And then, like a few days later, it hit me. Oh, I know what they mean. They mean treadmill, right? That's what they mean. Because if you're walking in this, you're not going anywhere. You just go in the same place. Say, oh shit. Here I was thinking just go like that. And I know what, because that's the way they talk, right? They don't talk about treadmill or anything like that. So they told me to walk in the same place. And I go, oh, I know what they mean. So I immediately went and bought it, right? To release that energy. So your body's talking to you. Listen to it. Listen to it. Don't listen to anybody. Anybody. That's at this point. If God shows up and tells me, I'm not gonna listen to God. I don't care. I'm not gonna. I'm listening to my body. Right? My body. That's the one who knows exactly what I need to do. Nobody else knows. You can't tell me. Nobody can tell me. Nobody. My body tells me. So I listen to my body. That's why applied kinesiology is good. Of course, you gotta have a good doctor because now doctors want to sell you supplements, and bullshit, right? Now they buy all these machines that read your heart. I mean, I went to a chiropractor. Well, it was a naturopath back in the day, a long time ago in California. And then when I wasn't feeling well, and according to his little computer bullshit in there he had, basically, I'm dead. You know what I mean? So of course you get scared and then you buy all their supplements. I didn't buy shit from him. So anyway, also another thing that I have is the apple cider vinegar. You see, I keep it with me and I nurse it. I nurse little by little, just drink it. Anyways, that was my update on red light therapy. Now, red light therapy is not the same. Every machine is not the same. There are cheap ones in Amazon, on Amazon. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. A good one, there's two companies that I know so far. There could be more. But you can ask AI. If you go to the browser, Google, and ask AI, hey, how about this company? Tell me about this company. And AI will give you all the history of that company, reviews, recalls, how long they've been in business, who owned the company. Are they American company? They're coming from other countries? China, Germany, whatever it is. They tell you everything, and they tell you lab tests, the experiments, whatever testing, blah blah blah, everything. When I buy something, I go to AI first on Google. I Google AI and I ask him, you can do ChatGPT, whatever you want, but I ask him, who owns this company? Where, where they get the resources? Where they source their raw material, right? How long they been in business? Who owns it? Is it a public or is it a private company? Family owned? What is it? You know, and they tell me everything, and they're very honest. They tell me like a lot of fillers, or and you don't want to buy it. And then they tell me other ones are high, highly, reputable companies, and how they work and the testing and the way they source the raw material. Where is it made? Because some companies say, "Oh, USA," but bullshit. It's packed in the USA, but actually the whole thing comes from other countries, and then they come here and then they pack it. They pack it. They put it in a, in whatever package they need to do, jars, bottles, whatever it is. But it's not really made in the United States, unless it says product of USA. But every day they're coming with new little tricks to deceive you. So you have to be constantly, up with the program, right? Anyway, let's see what happened. So far, it feels really, really good. And especially when I do the treadmill, I start to feel pain all over. This will be great, the infrared. I think I'm going to do it after my treadmill, so that can help me. Or maybe I don't need it, because I think in the morning I did it. I did the infrared, and then I did the meditation, right? And I feel great, you know. So hopefully, that was a good information for you. Any other questions you have? I'll try to talk about different parts of the body Is it the left side, the right side? What is the chest? What is the uterus? The uterus? You know, every part of your body. What is the message there? Let me tell you something. The chest is your children, and I had I always ask questions, to people, like when people get Alzheimer's, right? Their mothers get Alzheimer's. I want to know more, you know, not just, she got, no, I want to know what kind of life she had, that she had friends. And I found out that most people, let's say with Alzheimer's, right? They they only have one friend and the friend dies, or they never had friends. They're dedicated to just, being the wife, the wife. And never had a girlfriends. That's what I noticed with all of them. Another one is the chest. I noticed, I know a lot of people, well, not a lot, but let me put it this way. Every person that had issues with their breasts, you know, it was the children. Yeah. They dedicated their entire life to the children. They were never an individual. Never identify as an individual. It was always as a mother, not even a wife. Forget about not a friend. They dedicated everything to their children. Okay, and it's a big burden that you gotta carry. Big burden. When you, I'm not saying to be a bad mother. I'm just saying that you need time for you and you need time for your children, right? Especially when children, I think, not when they're little. I think the situation really gets out of hand is when the children are adults, right? And then they come and live with you. They get pregnant, pregnant and pregnant and pregnant, and they continue to get pregnant, and they bring your kids to you, and they live off you, and they disrespect you. That kind of thing I'm talking about. Or maybe they just very fucking annoying. You don't have time for yourself. That kind of thing is what is because you don't know how to say no. And I'm gonna share with you somebody, a person that um, came for help, to me a while back in a similar situation. And today she's, well, I haven't heard from her, but the last time I heard from her, she was blooming. A woman in her 50, late 50, blooming. Okay? Her life changed, relationship with her daughter and her husband changed. You see what I mean? Even though at first the daughter was furious at her, then the daughter was a good daughter, that appreciated the mother. I mean, a smart person who said, you know what, my mother she needs her time. So anyway, I'll let you go until the next one, and I'm happy to be back, feeling well and doing videos again. Have a good day.